Hello everyone, my name is Ivonette Asentios and today I'll be presenting on polychlorinated biphenyls. I hope you enjoy the presentation. The purpose of this lesson is to increase knowledge and awareness of polychlorinated biphenyls to understand its relationship with the environment and surroundings. The learning objectives of this presentation are to explain polychlorinated biphenyls and identify its properties, to describe the release and exposure of polychlorinated biphenyls, and lastly to understand the linkage between the health effects and the ecosystem. This is a table of contents, and throughout the presentation all the points will be touched, such as what are PCBs, industrial and commercial use, the release, exposures, and health effects from polychlorinated biphenyls, and lastly the summary and the reference list. So what are polychlorinated biphenyls? These are a mixture of chemicals which are no longer produced in the United States but are still found in the environment. Polychlorinated biphenyls are a mixture of chlorinated compounds consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and chlorine atoms. These compounds are either oily liquids or solids that are colorless to light yellow to black color. In addition, they have no taste or smell. Its properties include non-flammability, they are chemical stable, it contains a high boiling point, and electrical insulating. Polychlorinated biphenyls were manufactured from 1929, but they were banned in 1979 by the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA, due to a buildup of polychlorinated biphenyls in the environment and harmful health effects. Today, these compounds are still present in products made before 1979 and the environment. However, these are controlled by the Toxic Substances Control Act that reports, tests, and restricts chemical substances and mixtures like PCB. Although PCB are banned today, products made before 1979 may contain them. Some of the industrial use of PCBs were electrical heat transfer and hydraulic equipment, cable insulation, and the production of plastic. Some of the pre-1979 products where PCB is still found are floor finish, plastics, fluorescent light ballast, oils used in motors, transformers, and capacitors, and many more. One of the common trade names for PCB mixtures is autochlor, which was produced from 1930 to 1979. So how was the release of polychlorinated biphenyls to the environment? Polychlorinated biphenyls ended up in the environment by hazardous waste sites and the illegal or improper dumping of PCB wastes, also from burning PCB from industrial incinerators, from leaks or spills from electrical and oil equipment containing polychlorinated biphenyls, and from disposal of these products into the land. In this picture, you can see the PCB contamination in the Housatonic River and New Bedford Harbor in Massachusetts until 1978. So how is the ecosystem exposed to polychlorinated biphenyls? PCB enter the air, water, and soil during its manufacture. It affects their water systems from leaks and spills from industries manufacture PCB. By being disposed to water systems, it ended up in the ocean where these chemicals were taken up by fish and other animals. PCB accumulates in fish and other animals, causing health effects in humans that eat fish and other animals. From the burning of wastes containing PCB from many sites and industry, it ended up in air pollution, which affected the fresh air we breathe and resulted in respiratory problems in humans. Lastly, PCB chemicals were released into the ground and landfills, whether from the leaks, spills, water systems, or more. Because these compounds are hard to break down because of its strong consistency, they are kept in the environment for long periods, which means it contaminated agriculture and the foods people were consuming during 1929 to 1979. What are some of the health effects from the previous exposures? Because polychlorinated biphenyls were found in water and fish, it resulted in health effects for humans and other animals. Studies have shown that fish consumers are affected, most commonly prenatal moms. If a prenatal mom, for instance, consumes this fish, then the infant is most likely to have problems with behavior and motor skills. Other health effects observed in humans were the changes in blood and urine that can result in liver damage. Also, some health effects observed were derma, dermal lesions, acne, rashes, and respiratory problems. To conclude the presentation, today we have talked about polychlorinated biphenyls, which are chemical compounds made of hydrogen, carbon, and chlorine. These are found in products like fluorescent light bulbs, hydraulic systems, and plastics. They were released from leaks, spills, burning from waste sites and industries to the environment in the air, land, and water. Humans and the ecosystem are exposed to this through the water systems, consumption of fish, agriculture foods, and air pollution. Some of the health effects discussed throughout the presentation included problems with respiratory system, acne, rashes, and motor skills in infants of pregnant moms consuming contaminated fish. Lastly, PCBs were manufactured in 1929 and eliminated in 1979 by the EPA, but can still be present in pre-1979 products. Therefore, something to take with you from this presentation is to be aware of the date that a product has been manufactured. So next time you go shopping, make sure you pay attention to the labels and when these products have been created. My reference list includes sources of the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, sources from the EPA website, also from the Damage Assessment, Remediation and Restoration Program, and lastly from the National Ocean Service. I really hope you enjoyed my presentation and thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.